All right, we're rolling there. Let's get rolling on everything else. Let's move that around. Yo, what's up? What's happening, people? Welcome again to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your boy, IFBB PRO Matt Butale, and today we're going to be talking about one quick hack that you should already know this already. Like, I'll be honest with you. The title is a bit salacious, but you should know what I'm about to talk about. When I do break it down, you'll be like, okay, common sense, duh. But I'm still going to bring it up because it's super fucking important, and I think that talking about it is going to help you better emphasize what it is that we're going to be talking about and how to consistently do that, or at least the benefits of consistently doing it. Okay, so without wasting any time, we will be breaking it down and diving into today's podcast episode. So guys and girls, you are welcome to ask questions or drop comments if you do have anything that you want to talk about as I go throughout the podcast. But as I go throughout the podcast and as it's recording, I won't be responding to anything. All right, so that's for the new viewers that don't really know what's up when it comes to the Meathead on the Mic podcast. But with that out the way, let's get into this episode in 5, 4. No, we're not going to actually, because we have to reset the microphone here. So that's going to take a couple of seconds. But again, guys and girls, when you join, let me know how your day is going as I set this up. Just a minor technical difficulty, nothing too big here. I've seen this before. Nope. Exit that. Okay. Yo, what's up? What's happening, people? On average, how many? Okay, I'm not going to read that. TikTok, grow up. That's so retarded. I'm not going to break that down. Okay, let's see if we got the mic rolling. See if we got everything set up the way we need it to be set up. No, there's still an issue. So we've got to stop that. Gotta fix this. Nope. All right, let's see here. Hopefully the third time's the charm, and then we can get this recording. And once that's recording, we should be good. Let's see. Hopefully this will be it. All right, let's see here. 1 second. All right, guys, let's see. Okay, should be rolling. No, it's still giving me an issue. I don't know why this is happening, but we're going to fix that right now. Right about now. All right, guys and girls, today. Okay, homie's got a question. He says, Arnold likes side chest and how to fill the upper chest. So specify your question. I don't know what you mean. So to fill out your upper chest, it's the same thing as you're going to do with any other movement, right? You're going to focus on isolating that specific area so that you can put on tissue or favorably put on tissue in that specific area. But it doesn't work as straightforward as that. It's not like I'm just going to do an upper chest workout and then get those benefits. It's mainly, again, a mix of genetics and your intensity of training. So even if you do isolate your upper chest because you want to get a bigger upper chest, it doesn't always mean that you're actually going to get a bigger upper chest. And there are a variety of factors, like how you're eating, your body's ability to respond to a certain movement when you're training. And even things like that are very, very hard to track if you're not competitive in terms of being a competitive bodybuilder, because although you may see that your chest might be improving, say deeper into an off season, the upper chest might be bigger. When you actually cut down, you'll be able to see if that actually translates over. All right, so just keep that in mind. This is actually kind of pissing me off today. I don't know what the actual flying fuck is going on with my microphone, but I won't be recording it unless I can actually, do it, because I'm not going to use a shitty microphone if I've got my good microphone right here, right? That just makes no sense, right? So I'm going to keep trying this out because we're entrepreneurs. We're going to figure this shit out. I'm not going to let this problem roll out. And then when this microphone is actually fucking rolling, because now I'm actually pissed. This is the 4th time I've attempted, and I don't know what setting I need to switch in order to make this go away. Let's see here. Let us fucking see. Let us see. Okay. So if that's off, it's good. Right? I would assume. Why? Okay, could you change that by clicking it? Oh, you could. Recording. Never seen this before. Record. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Fuck. So, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Press that there. Let's stop this. This is like the most headache I've ever had for to record a fucking podcast episode. Like, what is this? It's absolutely broken. One-on-one coaching. Is that a question? If ready, we'll start from May 2023. Be a little bit more specific. I don't know what you're asking for, bro. I'll be honest, I do not know what you're asking for. Um, let's break it down. Let's see if this will actually fucking yes. So finally, okay, let's get it done. Let's get this over with. This fucking microphone, or at least the settings pissed me off for a little bit, but now I know how to fix that problem forever. We'll talk about that a little bit later, Jay. Okay, so let's break it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB PRO Matt Butale, coming at you with another topic. And today, I'll be talking about the number one thing that you forget to do in the gym. All right. Don't forget to screenshot and share this podcast onto your IG story if you're watching this on Instagram or whichever social media platform that you're actually tuning into this on. All right. So again, share that if you want to. You don't have to, but if you get a value or benefit from it, definitely share it out. All right. So this is the number one thing that you forget to do when you're training. This is the one thing, the one tip, the one trick, the one hack that I'll let you guys and girls know about, that you should know about, that you probably already do, but don't actually implement when it comes to your performance in the gym. Okay. And this is basically the episode. The whole intention of this episode is to bring to you the number one thing that you forget to do when you train. And that thing, guys and girls, in this case, is as simple as you think, and it's right in your face, but you don't see it. So before we get into it, I've got a question. What's the one thing that you think you're doing right that you're not actually doing right in the gym? Think about it. Like, and even though you probably don't know what that is, because if you did, you'd probably fix it. You click this or you're listening to this video, the audio recording or whatever it is, because you're missing something, right? And you know that you're missing something, but you just don't know what it is, right? And the truth is that the answer is literally and figuratively right under your nose. And the answer is this, guys and girls, it's breathing. Breathing correctly. Okay, breathing correctly is the one thing that you need to do to increase at least 2 to 3 reps through every extra exercise that you're doing. Breathing is what's going to help you regulate your tempo. Breathing is what's going to allow you to push yourself even further in terms of how much you can lift or how many repetitions you can do, right? Because the quality of your sets will be improved simply because you actually have the oxygen to lift the weight. You have the oxygen to do the thing. You have the oxygen to do cardio more efficiently, right? And guys and girls, just close your eyes and think of the last time that you were on any machine, doing any workout, and you were on the last rep, on the very last rep, and you were struggling. Like, you probably got a red fucking face because you were struggling to get that weight up. Now, I'm going to ask you this. You having a red face and struggling to get that weight up at the end of your set, is that red face more from you struggling to lift the weight, or you like holding your breath in and really pushing as hard as you can, with everything that you've got? Like, I understand, it's almost like a normal reflex to hold your breath and press as hard as you can or pull as hard as you can whenever you're on like the last few reps of a workout, or even for cardio, the last few steps, or on the Stairmaster, or the treadmill, or whatever it is. The last few, typically we fuck up our breathing, and that's when it matters the most. And I'll be honest with you, if you are able to master your breathing, or at least improve it, or keep your attention on it, so you can consciously make an effort to breathe properly, you'd be surprised at the amount of extra effort and weight you can push. Like, you could exert a lot more effort if you actually breathe properly. Like, breathing is literally one of the biggest issues, and was one of the biggest issues for me beginning my fitness journey. And when I actually got it down packed, I was able to actually consistently improve without straining too hard. Okay, like, although it's a natural thing to do, like, I get it. Whenever you're struggling with anything, if you're pushing, if you're pulling, if you're running, holding your breath is almost like a reflex. It's almost natural, but it does take away from our performance. Okay, so my intention, the message for you guys and girls in this short podcast episode, really short podcast episode, is to really make an effort to inhale on your way down, quote unquote. So if you're bringing the bar close to you and it's descending in like a bench press, or if you're doing a pull movement and the bar is going away from your face, like say if you're doing lat pull downs, or if you're doing cable rows, right? As the bar goes away from you on a pulling movement, or as the bar comes down on a pushing movement, essentially the point of the lift, when you're not actually pushing or trying or pulling, take a big inhale. Okay, just to break it down simply, look at the push-ups. Okay, so as you push up, as you push away, it helps to exhale, right? Because you're literally expelling all that pressure. And at the top, when you're rested, when you're relaxed, you can reset, get more oxygen into your system, and that's going to help your muscles. That's going to help your overall cardiovascular. It's going to regulate your heart rate so that your heart isn't beating too fast, and something that is otherwise rather simple doesn't feel like it's too fucking extreme, right? So at the top of your rep for your push-up, after you exhale coming up, you inhale, reset, and come down for your push-up. And then as you exhale again, or as you press from the ground, you're exhaling as you come back up, right? So breathing properly, or having a correct breathing tempo, is not only going to help you stay sort of in a sort of rhythm with your reps and help you sort of gauge and or control the quality of your reps a little bit more efficiently, but it's going to give you a lot more energy to actually do those reps, simply because the more oxygen you have in your body, in your muscles, the better you can perform. And the more regulated your cardiovascular system, which is both your heart and your lungs, will be, which will again enable you to improve your endurance, or at least to utilize the benefits of your endurance by controlling your breathing. Okay, so make an effort to inhale when it's time for you to inhale, given whatever specific workout that it is, and exhale, right? Exhale on the way up, or exhale when the pressure is building to a point where you feel like if you were to hold in that pressure, you'd get lightheaded, or if you feel like you'd hold in that pressure, your face would get red, or if you feel like you would hold in that pressure and now it's a lot more difficult because you're like almost fighting a headache as you do that rep, simply because you're not getting any extra air in. Breathing is so important, and it's so underrated, and it's the one thing that if you actually master, or if you actually pay attention to, that will help you immediately throw an extra 2 to 3 reps on whatever workout that you're doing, right? And this will allow you to rely less on the pressure that you have in your body, like when you compress that air in your abdomen to do a rep. Okay, so like you can flex your abs, right, and keep your core aligned and or stiff, and you sort of manipulate that to give you good form, good posture, right? Instead of just like holding in your breath. I would always recommend working on your core strength. Typically, people with weak cores have poor breathing. So if you struggle with breathing properly and having quality reps in your workouts, I would recommend just not even like going crazy and like fucking doing a crazy core workout, but just making sure that your core is firm enough to support your body in whichever movement you're doing, whether it's on a machine, whether it's on a barbell, whether it's on a dumbbell. You want to have a good posture, because a good posture will make it easier for you to breathe. And if it's easier for you to breathe, the reps also become easier because your endurance is more in control, your heart rate is more in control, and of course you have more oxygen in your muscles. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right, so guys and girls, remember this. Remember to inhale, remember to exhale. It's going to add at least 2 to 3 reps to your workouts and give you a better quality pump, because you're packing more oxygen into your blood, and it's going to give you more reps. It's literally going to make you perform better. Also, if you get headaches because you train really hard, then you should really consider this one, because this is going to help you get rid of those headaches in between training sessions, because you're probably not breathing properly. And I'm definitely a victim of that. I honestly would use the air pressure in my gut to help me push really, really heavy amounts of weight, but only once I was able to actually sort of control it and use more of my core than to compress air, because that's a technique. It's called the Valsalva technique. You could use it if you're a powerlifter, but we're not going to dive into that. We're talking mainly to beginners and intermediates here. But guys and girls, breathing correctly, making an intention, a conscious effort to breathe properly, and to make sure that you have air going in and coming out of you throughout your reps. Every single rep is golden. Okay, it's underrated. Nobody really focuses on it. And if you do focus on it, you will notice that your performance will increase. All right, so that's it. That's all. I hope you liked this short episode. If you did, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Also, guys and girls, if you want me, IFBB PRO Matt Butale, as your coach, feel free to DM me. I'll see if you'll be a good fit. Let's embrace your inner meathead together. All right, it's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro, Matt Butale, signing out. Boom. All right, people. That's it. That's all. Okay. Gonna read a question here real quick. Your favorite Libra says, I want to start doing outdoor runs. Any advice? So if you want to start doing them, you could do them. One thing is, if you're doing this and you're not really physically active to begin with, be wary of where you live, because as the weather changes, so much your motivation. Okay, so if it's like warm out or the sun is out and it's good and it's it's a perfect climate for running and you want to get that into a habit, and for sure. But if you've got a bad winter, or if it gets really cold, or if it gets really rainy where you live, that might be like a deterrent for you. That might make you not want to actually go out and do the run because the weather's horrible, right? So if you want to make it only exclusive outdoor runs for the purpose of just like burning some fat, then just keep that in mind, because you don't want that to be an obstacle that you have to overcome in the future. So if it's not only exclusively outdoor runs and you are willing to use the treadmill in the gym or at home, whenever the weather's bad, I would say that's awesome. But if you're only going to focus on outdoor running, then I would say your mindset should be shifted towards, at least if you want to do consistently throughout the seasons, your mindset should be shifted towards like marathon running, or at least running in extreme terrains, because there's going to be times, there are going to be days, and this, where the weather is just not so great, and you're going to have to run anyway if you choose to only do outdoor running. All right, so don't just commit to one thing. Run in general. Don't just focus on outdoors. Also, if you do want to do outdoor runs, be careful. Get some, good quality shoes, because your ankles and your knees will hurt over a couple 100 kilometers. If you do it for like months and months and months, depending on whatever you're running on, if it's pavement, if it's grass, that might all like tweak your joints and things like that. So just be very, very wary of those things. The weather, number one, and number two, have the proper equipment to run, because a lot of people that run outside don't really have good running shoes and end up messing up their feet or their ankles or their knees slowly throughout a long period of time. So be careful with that. That's all I'd have to say. But other than that, I don't see why you shouldn't run outside if you want to. Your favorite Libra says, that's good advice. It gets super cold here. Yeah. So again, you want to have an alternative in your back pocket so that you don't really have an excuse to not run. Right? So I appreciate that question. It's a really good question. Cool. Seems to be it. That's it. That's all, guys and girls. I really do appreciate you reaching out today. We'll be back again with the last episode of the week tomorrow on Friday for the Meathead on the Mic podcast. Guys and girls, if you do want to check the recordings of these episodes, you can check it out on Matt Butale. That's youtube.com if you want to go on YouTube and see the full raw versions. Or you can hit me up on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, Meathead on the Mic podcast. We are recording and posting there all the time. So definitely check that out. 4 to 5 episodes a week. If you want more information or value like this, hit that page up. Again, guys and girls, hope you have the sickest motherfucking day of your life. We'll be rolling out very shortly. Dylan says, I'm learning how to walk again like a child walking for the first time. I kind of lost my leg right now, gradually getting back into moving again. So I've been gone for, I know, we did talk a little bit, and I've still got to catch up with you. And it's a little bit personal. I don't want to like air your personal business out here on the live stream. So I'm gonna get back to you ASAP. Cheers, bro. We'll catch up. Peace, yo. We out. Boom.